Welcome to channel message 4 of 6, whichever one you click on is the one that's meant for you. All of these are collective, only take what resonates, okay? But this is for a soul who never expected to survive long enough to stand where you are right now. You are at the edge of the future that you never dared to imagine because you didn't think that you would exist this long. You didn't think that you would live this long. You didn't think that you would make it to this point. You definitely weren't privileged growing up. You didn't have a lot growing up. You could have struggled with mental health issues a lot, or perhaps you still do, and that's okay. You are divine just as you are. But a part of you is quietly grateful for the unexpected days that you've been given, and another part of you aches with the weight of what those days have demanded. You learned early to assume that everything was your fault because people handed you their shadows and called them your responsibility. So much of what you believe about yourself is not even yours. It's an accumulation of echoes. It's an accumulation of projections, of curses spoken over you by those afraid to confront their own pain. And the heaviness that you carry doesn't even begin here. It stretches across lifetimes. You're an extremely old soul. You're a very old soul. And it stretches across lifetimes. It's memory that's imprinted on your soul. And that's why it feels so complex and so impossible to untangle or shake away or just love and light yourself out of it. You're not just surviving this life, you're here unraveling these ancient knots. And every single lesson that's been carved into your skin and spirit was meant to free you, not imprison you. Title of this channeling. But it's like you've been stuck in a dream where the fear feels real and where the suffering feels deserved. And maybe, just maybe, it's because a part of you has been convinced that the hurt is the price you must pay for existing. Maybe holding the weight feels safer than handing it back because returning it would require you to believe that you deserve better. Here's the truth that you have forgotten. You are not a vessel for other people's pain. You are not a graveyard for generational wounds. Let me say that again, because I feel like the collective, yes, we are constantly working through generational wounding, and that's part of our purpose and blah, blah, but not for everyone. Not for everyone, unless you have like heavy fourth house placements, like a Plutonian fourth house or something like that. No, no, no. Like, you have to look at your birth chart. Some of you guys are not here to break generational curses. You're not. So stop carrying the weight of them. You're not actually carrying the weight of them. Okay, you're carrying the weight of something else, something deeper, something more ancient. All right, you are not a graveyard for generational wounds. You're not here to inherit trauma like it's a family heirloom. You are the disruption. You are the awakening. You are the one who stops the cycle. It ends with you, which means that you shouldn't be experiencing it. It's not put on you to experience the consequences of it. You shouldn't be suffering because your mother was an addict. The nightmare dissolves the moment that you decide that you're done participating. You literally say, hey, this isn't my shit to fix. Thank you, though. Not on me, not my responsibility. It's you handing it back because you know that you deserve more. That's the thing. As somebody with free will, you have the ability to do that. And I feel like a lot of people don't believe in that. They think, no, this is just what I have to do. You don't have to suffer. You're choosing to suffer. You're choosing this for yourself. And for what reason? What cause? Do you just get gratitude from your family, or are you the black sheep? Yeah, that's not normal. That's not a prize. That's not a badge of honor. You can still be the black sheep of a family and not suffer the repercussions of all the generational trauma that they try to pass down to you. What, is that the only thing that you're going to inherit? Their trauma? That's beyond you. You aren't here to suffer their consequences. That is not why you exist. You are allowed to heal. You are allowed to imagine a future that doesn't hurt to look at. The universe did not keep you alive to continue your suffering. The universe did not keep you alive to continue your suffering. You are just choosing to continue suffering while you are alive. There's a difference. You have survived because your soul remembers freedom. And right now, it's time for you to claim it. It's time for you to claim your freedom and liberate yourself from carrying bullshit that has nothing to do with you. You living and being free eradicates that, because you're not experiencing these generational curses. You're not experiencing that generational trauma. You're not experiencing the projection. You're not experiencing any of that. It doesn't impact you unless you allow it to. You can still be the black sheep of a family without carrying the wounding pattern and being like, oh, I'm the target for everything and I have to do this for my mother and my grandmother and my great-grandmother. No, you don't. 9 of Pentacles in the reverse. You don't need to sacrifice yourself. That's not what the universe wants from you. They want you to break free of that. Your family, all these people around you, they already are living in their consequences. Like, you know when tarot readers are like, oh, no need to get revenge because they'll sabotage themselves? That's real. We're not just telling that to you guys to make you feel better. We're telling that to you because the spirit knows that's not your fucking burden to carry. That's not your problem to solve. That's not your weight. That's not your suffering. That's not for you at all. With the World card in the reverse, you haven't closed out the cycle and you're very unhappy. Yep, 3 of Swords here. Very heavy. Oh, geez, 10 of Swords. You're literally carrying suffering that is not yours. This is not for you to carry. That's why you feel like, why am I kept here? What's the point of me being alive? What's the point of this? What's the point? It's like, what's the point? It's like, the point is to pull your... Respectfully, with so much love, I don't know how to kindly say it because we all know that I'm very blunt, but pull your head out of your ass. Stop being a victim. Stop choosing this because it didn't choose you. You saw that pattern and you're like, fine, I'm the only strong one. No, you're not. Your family's traumas, other people's projections, other people's misplaced energy is not your responsibility. You were never chosen for that. That's not your purpose. There's so much more to you here, and it's a very ungrounded way of thinking, and you keep manifesting all of this pain into your future because you're telling the universe, I will take this on as my own. I can transmute it because nobody else can. You're not a superhero. There's no badge of honor that you get for self-sacrificing. And I'm sorry to say that because I know a lot of people take pride and they're like, well, I've done this and I've done that. What spirit wants you to do, what the universe wants you to do, what your soul came here to do is to be free of other people's shit, to free yourself from the confines, okay? To be brave and be yourself, because to conform is to die inside. And that's what you feel like doing. It's like, that's why you feel so... like you don't belong, because you weren't ever meant to conform to the systems around you, to the energetic imprints that were put onto you. These aren't yours. Yeah, the Strength card. You're meant to rise above them. We had a whole deck vomit here of cards. We're not going to take any of that. But you did have the Strength card come out in the upright. You're here to have the strength to say, I'm above that. Okay? That this isn't mine. You're here to be bold, to be brave, to be courageous, to make moves that make you happy, that make you feel good. You're a very sensitive soul, though. 10 of Cups in reverse. Yeah, a lot of this has to do with generational trauma, generational wounds. Again, you're not here to inherit trauma like it's a family heirloom. You're here to disrupt the trauma. You're here to awaken. You are awakened that there is trauma in your family line, right? You've done your part. Go ahead. Wipe your hand cleans. Dust your shoulders out. You got to get that dirt off your shoulder, right? It's time for you to get this away from you. It's not your energy. That's not for you to resolve. You're not here to do that. And I feel like a lot of people make everybody else's problem. They're like, oh, you need to forgive your mom. You need to forgive this. You need to forgive that because they only did the best that they had and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that's true. But at the same time, you need to forgive yourself because that's not your responsibility. You took on that responsibility at a very young age. That's not your responsibility to mother your mother. You're not here to suffer because she couldn't get her shit together. You're not here to suffer because your dad couldn't get his shit together and show up and be a daddy. You're not here to suffer because your auntie is a jealous, conniving bitch. 10 of Cups in the reverse, Ace of Swords in the reverse, Death card in the reverse. You need to free yourself from this timeline. You need to recognize that you survived because your soul remembers freedom, and it's time for you to claim it. You're not being kept alive, just to suffer. You're not being kept alive so you can do the work for every other soul on this planet that doesn't want to do their inner working. You're so welcome, Michelle. Thank you for being here. 2 of Wands. You have a choice to make. You have 2 different directions that you can go. You continue down this path and you will continue to suffer because you're choosing that. You're choosing to carry consequences, actions, words, curses, patterns that are not yours. They're not yours, the Chariot card, but it will lead you to a dead end. It will continue you in this like looping cycle of feeling like, what the fuck is this all about? Why am I here? Why is this still happening to me? Queen of Swords in reverse. And eventually you'll come to this place where you're resentful, you're bitter, you're negative, you can't think clearly, you're ruminating, you're stuck in your head, and you're not in your power. Next year, it's about freeing yourself. It's about remembering freedom and claiming it. It's about empowering yourself and recognizing you have the power to be like, hey, I'm aware of that, but that's not my problem. You can keep that shit. Okay? 8 of Swords in the reverse. Freeing yourself, literally 8 of Cups in the reverse, and leaving it all behind. You don't have to carry it with you. You know, one thing, and I admit, you know, you've watched me, for those of you guys that have seen me the past like 12 years, whatever it is, right, that I've had, I've been working here with the collective. You've watched me change, you've watched me grow, you've watched me evolve, and I will 100% take accountability because I thought that I was doing the right thing at certain times, and, you know, years go by and I'm like, yeah, no, my mindset has completely changed. That's called evolution, right? And awareness and awakening. And I'm sure the patterns and beliefs that I had at that point in time were beneficial, but they're no longer beneficial now. And I know that it's like, it's your responsibility to break generational da-da-da. It's fucking not. I don't believe in putting that on others. And I've never heard anybody talk about that before. I'm going to be honest with you. This is something that I channeled at 2:22 a.m. Okay? And it's 222 choices, decisions, pathways, right? And, you know, I just don't believe that you are here to suffer the consequences of others' actions that came before you. It's not your responsibility. You are a different soul. You have different, you know, lessons to learn. Yeah, but I don't know about you. I looked at my mom, who is a drug addict and a crackhead. I don't do drugs. I don't do any of that stuff because I saw how destructive it was for her. And I was like, yeah, I'm never going to touch that shit. I never want to live that life. I don't want to live around cockroaches. Okay, I'm not going to put my kids through that. My kids are never going to struggle. They're never going to have to steal food from a store. They're never going to have to bang on a bathroom door to see if their mother's okay. I chose that. I looked at that and I was like, yeah, that's not mine. However, I'm not carrying her pain. I'm not carrying her consequences. There's no fucking way in hell you'll get me to do that. Absolutely not. Clean up your own fucking shit. I'm not here to clean up after those that came before me. My father is extremely abusive. Do you think I abuse my kids? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. My kids are so loved. Everything's gentle. I let them know that humans make mistakes and that, you know, I recognize, you know, like my youngest, he always feels so guilty. Like if he gets something wrong on homework, it's like, I don't know where he got this like criticism wound, but he just innately has it within him, you know, and I create safety for him, right? I'm nothing like my parents. And that I naturally breaks it up. That naturally destroys these generational patterns. But it's just through me being my authentic self and making choices and decisions for myself. I'm not doing it for them. I hope they all learn their consequences. I hope that in another lifetime they do better. I hope that in another lifetime I can mother my mother so that she can see what true love feels like and safety and security because she deserved that. I'm not here to take on that pain though. All right. You don't need to keep suffering here. You don't need to suffer the consequences of any of this. The Hierophant in the reverse, that's not even what you're here for. Four of Cups is in the reverse. You need to let it go. It's like you have this destiny that's calling you with the Four of Cups in the reverse, but you're not letting it come into you. 4-4. 44 can be significant. All right, Three of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah, but it's like you have these consistent power struggles with these energies around you. You take on the energies around you. The Empress card, and you're meant to be a creator here. You're meant to be the disruptor, the awakener, the one who stops the cycle by doing what you want to do for you, because that's what makes you happy. It's like somebody here needs to learn how to be selfish. You've gone through years and lifetimes here. I feel like in a past lifetime, it's like everybody around you almost controlled or dictated what you did. Like, look at history, right? Women, for example, were being sold at 12 years old for 3 fucking goats in a combined farm. You didn't have sovereignty. You didn't have choice. All right? And that's the thing. It's like you, in this lifetime here, you've learned, like, it's deeply embedded in your soul. And you're like, I don't have choices. I just have to do what I have to do. And that's not true. That is not true. Shellbell, just keep communication open, without forcing it. And, don't, absolutely, I would have that conversation with your child if you feel that way, and let your child confirm or deny that here. But don't keep those feelings in. And, yeah. But anyways, with the Empress here, the Seven of Cups. All right. You are not a vessel for other people's pain. You're not a graveyard for generational wounds, and you're not here to inherit trauma like a family heirloom. Other people's trauma as well. Six of Swords in the reverse, and you've carried this for so long. Again, multiple lifetimes. It's time to blow it up. It's time to disrupt it. Okay, I feel like this is the year where it ends. This is that shedding that you're doing. You're shedding that layer of you that believes that you deserve suffering, that believes that you don't belong here. Again, you never expected to survive long enough to actually stand here. And so a part of you is quietly grateful for like these unexpected days that you've been given, yet another part of you aches with the weight of what those days have demanded from you. Seven of Wands in the reverse and the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse, but it was never actually demanding these things from you. You just assumed the position because you felt like that's what you had to do for survival. It's time to come out of the survival mode. The heaviness that you carry, it doesn't begin here. Like I said, it stretches across lifetimes. These are ancient knots, the Fool card. And it's like this was the year of you unraveling these knots and actually freeing yourself and stepping into a new future. Okay, stepping into a new future, the Lover's card, but you have to make the choice because, again, the Ten of Pentacles here, your legacy is something completely different, but you've been going back and forth between this for so long. You have to choose and be like, this is not mine to carry. Her projections, his projections, her traumas, their pain, this energy, not mine to carry. Especially when you're very empathetic and you're a deep feeler and stuff like that, you feel the need to, protect the whole world and carry the world. Like for me, I wish I could rescue and save every single freaking animal out there. I can't do that though. I wish I could feed starving kids and save every single child from abusive homes and suffering, but I can't do that. I'm only one person and I recognize that. I can contribute to certain causes. I can continue bringing awareness and using my voice, and I can do little tiny things that may amount to a larger picture of creating that change, but I'm not responsible for the change, not by myself, not solely, right? And so that's what I'm getting here. It's like you've been taking on these huge world issues and thinking that you have to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders, and you don't. And I feel like, again, this has been carved into your skin, but not to imprison you. It was meant to free you. And that's why you've been stuck in like this dream where it's like, how can I get out of this? I hear all the time, Carissa, it's been years of suffering. Carissa, it's been years of this. It's been years of that. But maybe it's because a part of you has been convinced that the hurt is the price that you must pay for existing. And maybe holding the weight feels safer than handing it back, because returning it would require you to believe that you deserve better. And a part of you has assumed that you have that responsibility to do it for everybody else. You're not a superhero. You're a human. You're a soul having a human experience. Stop being so hard on yourself. You're not a vessel for other people's pain. You're not a graveyard for generational wounds, and you're not here to inherit trauma like it's an heirloom. Okay? It's time for you to choose your freedom. It's time for you to align to your happiness, to heal on a deep cellular level. We have the Star card in the reverse. All of these disappointments. Life, people, the world can be disappointing. That's just a natural part of the process. We have yin and yang energies innately, positive, these polarities, right? Of light and dark, whatever you want to consider the light or the dark. And you have to understand that there's a lot of really bad people that believe that they're doing a good thing, and a lot of really good people that think that they're doing bad things. And I feel like this reading is for the good people that feel like they're doing bad because you feel like you're not doing enough, but really you put way too much on your plate and it's not your responsibility. And then there's others around you that project on you and they convince themselves that they wear some fucking halo, and they don't. They don't. Okay? So the nightmare will dissolve the moment that you decide that you are done participating in it. You are allowed to wake up, you're allowed to heal, and you're allowed to imagine a future that doesn't hurt to look at. The universe did not keep you alive to continue your suffering. You have survived this long because your soul remembers freedom, and now it's your time to claim it. That is this message. I love you guys, genuinely. I want this next year to be a brand new beginning for you. It's the year of the horse. Okay, for check your perfection year. If you don't follow me on Facebook, FlavoredVivid, follow me on Facebook. I make posts all the time, or I've been posting very consistently. I got my Facebook back like a couple weeks ago or whatever, and it's, yeah, where I kind of like make all my posts here. So follow me there, especially like I talked about perfection year. I've talked about the top 3 signs that are going to make the most money next year, top 3 signs for love. Like I share a lot of information there, okay? Your Facebook account got hacked? Oh no, Vanessa, I'm sorry about that. That sucks. Make a new one. Come back and make a new one here. You woke up blocking people, you shut your Facebook down. I know, I shut my Facebook down for 2 years, but I felt called to bring it back, and I'm grateful that I did, because I was doing threads forever, but man, trying to incorporate like long text into a little tiny paragraph just doesn't work for me, and I hate the whole like clicking all the new things. I don't know, I just don't like it. But anyways, I like to type. I talk too much. But anyways, I love you guys. I'm going to go on to message number 5, I believe it is. And then we have message number 6, and then I'll go into collective readings, okay? I love you guys.